Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. This video is going to show you how to use the Warden's report to get an online burning permit in the state of Maine. And I found that it works very good in my county, Sagadahoc, in the town that I live in, Woolwich. However, you would need to check your county and municipality and see if they are set up with the warden's report. And I'll give you an example of that just so you see how that works or doesn't work. And therefore, I could save you a lot of time watching the rest of this video because it probably wouldn't apply to you. So you would click on your county. And I clicked on Aroostook County, which I have doing some research for this. I found that it has very few municipalities signed up. So a town I'm familiar with is Mars Hill. So you would click in the town name, and of course mine is the first one because that's where I usually put in. Let's put in M for Mars, and there's Mars Hill, and it will show you anything with an M in it. So click Mars Hill, and it says town not active. So if you wanted them to potentially get signed up with this, you could refer them to this information. And the link for the Warden's report will be in the description. So let's go back to the Warden's report, and let's actually do it for one that I know will work, and show you how to go about the system. So I live in Sagadahoc County. We'll click on Sagadahoc, and again, the same thing. You start typing in the name of your town, and these are all the towns in Sagadahoc County that have a W in them. So Bath is out because there's no W in it. So let's click on Woolwich, and here it is, terms and conditions. You need to make sure that you follow this because you are consenting to following the Maine open burn permit laws in the state of Maine. And for the complete regulations, you can follow this link here on that page. And you cannot go any further with this unless you agree to this, all of these. Now, it says here, a hard copy of the permit must be in hand at all times during open burning. When I first got involved with the Warden's report, I went to the local town office. Actually, the fire department would be open on Saturday and Sunday mornings to give out burn permits. And I went during what was that time period, and they didn't want to give me a permit. They said, just go on to the Warden's report. And I said, well, what about the hard copy? And they said, don't worry about it. If you have it on your phone, if you do this on your phone, you can do it. You just keep it open to that page, or you can do a screenshot. So just make sure you know what all of these are and that you can abide by them. And it's the state regulations. So we'll click on I agree. And all the asterisk things you need to fill out. Primary phone, I would suggest probably your cell phone, but there's a place for a secondary phone. First and last name, an email address. So the burn site address, all of these things are mandatory. And as you scroll down, it asks for your home address. And if you click as same as burn address, it automatically populates all of those. And those are still mandatory. All right, the next thing that you'll come to is number of adults. So I usually burn by myself. So 1, and that was my address. I don't know why there we go. So, and now it says burn size. It's telling you that's required. Now, there's 3 options: 200 square feet, less than 200, 200 to 400, and more than 400 square feet. So if you try to do anything more than what you have human ability to fight a fire, it won't let you. So I'm going to select more than 400 feet. and it's going to come over here and tell me that you have to have 3 or more adults for a burn of this size. And you can find out what the limit is by doing this, and it still is telling me more than 3 for the burn of this size. So as an individual adult, I can only burn 200 square feet uh, and at one time. So if you completely extinguish that, you can go burn someplace else. But what it's telling you is that's the limit of the size. And that's a pretty good size fire, 10 by 20 feet. And it's also going to ask you the materials being burnt: brush, cooking fire, slash, campfire, grass. And I've clicked brush and grass at the same time, and it has not kicked me out. And tools available: back pump, fire extinguisher tools, charged hose, portable pump. When I've tried to go and get a burn permit on the state's website, it forces you to agree to a charged hose. Here, if you do not click that, you will still get your burn permit, at least in my experience. So I always click tools, and most of the time I burn far distant from the house that I would have a charged hose, so I don't do that. And then when I do this on my phone, because I predominantly do this on my phone, I put in tractor with bucket. So I have my farm tractor set up. And then you would just hit submit, and it goes through, and you get your burn permit. So that's how you would do this using the Warden's report. Now I'll show you how it looks like if your town isn't like Woolwich, only has specific hours to burn. And it won't be Woolwich because I can get a burn permit currently at 7:27. I already just tried it in the evening, even though the burn time is only till 10 o'clock. So I'll go to another town where I just found that. Okay, so we're back at the Warden's report, and I found that in Waldo County, if you go to Waldo County and try Belfast, it will tell you the town's allowed burn times. And I know this has happened to me in Woolwich because it's a volunteer fire department, and you cannot burn until after 3:30 Monday through Friday, and then from 7 a.m. till 10 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. So here's the hours in Belfast. I'm not sure why they're even registered. I don't know if they changed this due to fire conditions, but you'll see that it's from midnight to midnight that you can't burn. So, but this is what it would show you if your town had specific hours. Okay, and the last thing I'd like to show you is how to go directly to the Maine Forest Service site on maine.gov, and I will include a link to this page where you can follow this link on there for the online burn permits. So let's do that now. And once you do that, here on the header, it welcomes you and says this online service allows you to request an open burning permit from 9 a.m. to midnight, 7 days a week. So don't try to do this before 9 a.m. because the state does not have enough information about the current burning and fire danger risk for any given location. And so don't try this before 9 o'clock. It'll tell you who can use this, who can't, and what you'll need. And then you just click the Get Started Now and follow the instructions. It's a little bit more in depth than the Warden's report. They're going to ask you for specific location on your property that you want to burn, not just your address itself. So if you have a fairly good sized piece of land, just be prepared that you need to give it an accurate description. As I mentioned before, here you're going to need to have a charged garden hose unless there is snow on the ground. And then if you have snow on the ground, then that portion is waived. And also, if your town, like mine in Woolwich, does not allow burning before a certain time or during certain times during the day, because again, for Woolwich, it's a volunteer fire department, and their hours are from 3:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. on the weekends. If you try to do this, it will tell you as the final part, Woolwich won't let you have it until 3:30 in the afternoon. So just be prepared. This will not circumvent your local fire authority. So I hope this is helpful for you. There's a couple of ways to do this online, and because using burning as a technique to keep your getting rid of debris is a acceptable way to rid yourself of brush and grass, so on. Please also try to do that in other ways, mulching, composting, as well. But burning is a good way of getting rid of combustible debris. So thank you again, and I hope you like this. Please feel free to share it with anybody else that might find this beneficial. And again, this only is for residents of the state of Maine.